Hello everybody and welcome to today's video, and in today's video we are having a look at our new seeds. Well, the reseeding we did, or overseeding as you could call it. So apologise for wind because it is a little bit windy.
Jack it up.
But we're just here in one field, so I did do a clip the other day, I'll put that now. But they might be the new seeds actually. Can you see them? See them little shoots? Can you see them there? That'll be the new seeds, that will. That will be there probably and all. Well, hopefully they are anyway. So this is the block of ground that we drilled all new seeds in. So we put Italian rye, and then the far field, because Johnny just see it in the distance, that had perennial rye and hybrid rye. Whereas, so these two should have got off to a better start because Italian rye is a faster growing. Well, presumably it is, I'm no expert. So what's already here is seeded. And I'm no expert, but here is his drill lines when he drilled this. To me, this looks like it's actually failed here. Well, then again, is that one? Is that a new seed? There's a white one there. Because look, it's in the line. So that's his drill, that's where his disc culter's gone in. And that's it there, with our seed. And we have here, well, we might actually be in luck. Some more up here. There we go, another. Some more. So one of my biggest concerns with all this dry weather we've had, this drilling we did in here would have failed. And because it won't germinate in dust. The grass seed will not germinate in dust. And it's been a real concern of mine that it was actually going to fail. I was really worried because of the money that it cost to do this was... Well, I think I said in the drilling video, I said it was £30 an acre for the seed and £30 an acre for him to come and drill it. Well, it actually was a little bit more than that, to be honest with you. I'd done my sums wrong, but that's a rough estimate for you. And I was worried that all this dry weather, that the crop would have failed. But it hasn't as of yet. It's there. I don't think mowing it will do any harm because you're mowing it and then it should thicken up, if that makes sense. But I'll come and I thought we'll just have a walk up to this wood because if anywhere where it will have taken the best will have been up the side of this wood because it'll have been sheltered. Tree roots help hold moisture in the soil, so if anywhere it'll have held, it would have really got going under here. So we'll have a look, and it was actually quite bare. The ground was over here, it was quite thin on. So I've just found this bare patch here and you can actually see it is taking. So all these new shoots here, these are the new grass seeds. All these, all coming up. I mean, I don't think that is there, but all these are here. They're in a line. these are here. Now time will actually tell, but I think all these here and all the new seeds. I think all these here are, because look, they're coming out of the way they put the grass seed in these lines here. So I think all these little shoots here, as you can see that, all you can see that in this patch, I think they're all the new grass seeds. I think all these here are, apart from that bit there, but I think all these here are them. Now, I'm not an agronomist, I don't know that for sure, but time will tell. It was always very thin up the side of this wood, grass-wise, and I made sure that I gave this bit here actually a very good rolling, because I was wanting seed to take here really well, because I knew it's very poor, even though we've got wood here, and this wood, obviously, trees, roots, I'm no expert on it, but trees go, all their roots will be all under this bit of the field here, and they'll be holding moisture really well, so this would really take if it were going to take. So I reckon all them little shoots there are the new seeds, because if they were the existing grass that was already here, they'd be like this, seeding, be longer. But anyway, so how it'll actually work this is, when we take second cut off, well, maybe not second, maybe third cut, it'll thicken up better than it was previously. So them new shoots will spring back quicker than what's already here, the existing grasses, and they'll then thrive more and take up better. And not only that, when we've taken the second cut off, we'll put fertiliser on this, get it fertilised, and them new seeds will respond to the fertiliser better than the existing grasses. So one thing I didn't notice when I come into the field here, so I just parked at the side of the field, is he actually did drill right up to the bottom corner. So all these little shoots here, they are actually the new seeds. So these here, all these little shoots, as you can see them, how well you can see them, they are actually the new seeds. They are the grass seeds taking up. I mean, it's always going to be worse around the gateway, but see all these little shoots there, they're all taking. And we're now back a few days later. This is in the field that we put. So the clip you'll just seen was where we did the Italian ryegrass. Direct drilled that. Didn't know if that was going to work or not. And then this is the bigger field. That's as big as both the other two put together, that had the perennial and hybrid ryegrass. So we'll just have a look now in the bottom and see if we can see anything. Right, so I'm having to look for bare patches where the grass is thinner to see if we can see anything of the new shoots. So what we've got here is, I'll get down low so you can see. I mean, that's obviously a weed, but I would say that there, where my finger is, I'd say that's a new shoot. I would say that's a new shoot. There's probably many more down here that are new shoots. That one there probably is as well. So you're having to really look for them. That one there is. I think, because the roots look purple, I think, if I'm right, purple roots mean perennial, if I'm right. So you have to really look for them to see where they are, to see which grass seeds are, like this one here. That's purple. There's many more. If you have to really duck down low to find them. Look, there's some more here. Just these here. These little ones shooting up. Not these. This here is what were here before, but all these little shoots just here. If you can see that, they're the new shoots. Where my finger is. So this white stuff here is actually lime, because it's crumbling up. So this is what had the lime early in the spring. Just never gone in anywhere. There's many more. Little green shoots, and one there. So I just thought I'd do this video as separate to looking at if the ground's ready for second cut or not. Just to see if, just a bit of an update video, see what the grass seeds have done, because obviously like I previously said, this dry weather that we've had all through June, well, even through March, through April, May, June, you know, it was a bit half-hearted whether to have even drilled this. But I was planning on doing this overseeding in the winter. I knew I was going to do it this year. That's why we had the field soil tested and everything, and I didn't want to sacrifice. The work had gone to was having the lime spread on, the soil tested, the field sprayed, having them sprayed to get rid of all the weeds. You know, they put a lot of effort into, because you need to do a lot of preparation, because the way to look at it is, them new seeds have got to compete with the grass that's already here. Now, that's hard enough. If there's weeds here, it's going to make his life even more harder. So get rid of the weeds and you've got rid of half the problem. But, looking at this now, as you can see that, it doesn't look too bad for second cut. It could be worse. I'm not expecting big crop, not a big crop at all. We should be mowing this probably in a week's time. So today is the 29th of July, so we normally do about first week in August. It's not going to grow much more, I don't think. So the nitrogen is going to start going out of this, and as you can see, it's still quite a dark green colour. It's probably a better view for you. I really need a haircut, don't. But it's still very dark green, so that generally means the nitrogen, the fertiliser, is still in it, which means it's still doing its job. It's given a lot of rain for in a couple of days' time. So today's Tuesday the 29th. Thursday and Friday, it says we're going in a high risk for thunderstorms and heavy downpours. Now, personally, it can come. It'll do this actually a bit of good. The shower of rain, because we do need more rain than what we've already had. Now, there's a lot of worse farmers out there than me. I'm doing all right because my fields are actually green. If you go further south than us, so we're near Bakewell in the Peak District. If you go further south than us, they've had it a lot worse. They've had near enough no rain, where we've had little bits that have managed to just keep the ground green. Hasn't really kept the grass growing, but it's kept it green. I mean, as far as the new seeds have gone, they've only just really had enough to get them going. But if anyone's got any advice on mowing new seeds, well, where you've overseeded, I'm a little bit concerned about if the tedder's set too low, it's going to scratch the surface and it's going to rip them out, along with a rake. The mower I don't think would be too bad because it's only running over the top. It's like just skimming the surface and just cutting it off level. But yeah, any advice on overseeding and what to do, because last thing I want is to rip them new seeds out of the ground, because that would be a total waste of time even doing it. And I want to achieve what I wanted to achieve, which was thicken the thick crop out, make it a thicker sward. Because it had gone very thin, that's why we did the overseeding. But anyway, let's flip the camera around now, you can see a bit more. So I found a bare patch here, quite bare. This is what we're trying to thicken up. We don't want to see soil, not when there's grass. We're going to be mowing this soon. I mean, don't get me wrong, the dry spring and summer we've had will have knocked it back, but this is what we're trying to do. So you can actually see the new seeds quite well, even better than in the other place. So you can see they're all in a drill line. So start off here. That one's done really well. Look at that. So you go further along, just a few more little ones. You go further along, a couple more little ones coming through. That's what's already were here. That's nothing to do with the new seeds. Then you've got some more little ones just coming through there. I mean, this should thicken out quite well. I'm quite hopeful for this, because soon as this field's mown and you've taken the grass off that's already there, them new saplings, we could call these saplings. I think that's trees, isn't it? Them new seedlings, I think that's the word. They should stand a better chance of growing then, because the grass that's already here has been whipped off, and it's just been, well, annihilated, shall we say. It's been harvested and taken off, and them new seeds will be out to show. They'll be able to see daylight, they'll be able to get more nutrients from the sun, from the rain, and when we put fertiliser back on this for third cut, they would get going probably quicker than the grass that's already here, because they've already rooted, they've germinated, they've got roots in the ground. But like I say, it's a little bit concerning. What would the tedder and the rake do to them? I don't know, but that's my biggest worry at the minute. I don't know if I can adjust the mower to leave a bit more of a stubble, because that would probably help them. So if anyone wants to put out in the comments, if what would you do? Would you make the lift a little bit, lift the bed on the mower so it would leave a bit more of a stubble? I don't know if I can adjust that. I'll have to look into whether, because I've never adjusted that mower before. All I know is it's compared with the old mower we've got, it cuts lower than the old mower. So I don't know how you adjust it. I think there's two like top links that go from the mower to the bed, and I think you can adjust them, and I think it would lift the bed. I presume that's what they'll be for. If I can put a picture of them on, I'll do that, and then if anyone knows any else to give me any advice, they're more than welcome to. But any advice on mowing a field that's been overseeded would be absolutely brilliant. I'm just having a look, see if we can see any more new seedlings. So here's another bit of soil on show. Not had one far, because that were only over there. But this is a bit more on show, and you can just see the seedling there. Another seeding. There's quite a few just coming through, another one there. But the soil is very dry. Very dry indeed. Well, it needs rain, this. It's well too dry. It's really, really dry, this soil. I mean, if you drilled it now and it didn't rain, that seed wouldn't germinate. It really wouldn't. You can see another seed there. All these little shoots are the new seeds. So this is what we're wanting. So if there's anyone out there that's interested to know, well, like I previously said, this had perennial and hybrid ryegrass, and the other two had Italian ryegrass. No real reason behind that. It was just me wanting to test the waters to see, if you do notice a little bit of a difference between them. Will this field yield better, or will the other two yield to grow better? You probably won't know till next year or the year after. But I am aware that perennial ryegrass has a purple root, and Italians, I don't know I think they're white roots. I think that's the main difference. And it was actually a proper overseeding mix, like I previously said, we put on this field. They were a bit more expensive as well. There was no real reason why. I just wanted to see if there were a difference between the seeds, if there's going to be any difference. But we'll have to just see what happens, see what they do, because it'd be interesting to see the comparison between fields, later on in the year or next year or the year after. But I am aware that the Italian ryegrass won't live for very long. It'll only last a couple of years, whereas the perennial and hybrid ryegrasses will last for years and years, hopefully. So the other two fields that have had the Italian rye might have to be drilled again in a couple of years' time, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on these seeds and see what happens. We'll obviously be seeing them again when we mow the field. We'll have another quick look. But these are the bits we're trying to fill out. Why there's soil on show, because that should not be there. That's what we're trying to achieve. That's not earning me any money because it's not growing any grass, basically. Because basically, that bit of soil there, it's had fertiliser, it's had all the nutrients it needs to make the crop grow, but there's no crop growing in it. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please get a thumbs up, subscribe below, follow on the socials, and I'll see you all in my next one, hopefully. I'll see you. Bye.